Does anybody recognize this right off the bat? Do you recognize this? Yeah, this is New Woman by Lisa from Blackpink, featuring Rosalia. Now, you remember my reaction to this? Do you remember do you remember the things that I said to David? Right there. At the very end of the video, I went back and I was like, David, a word. And then I had some things to say to David. And one of my biggest qualms with this whole video was the repetition, right? I wanted to know, why did we repeat all of these shots? I don't get it. You have these great concepts, you have these killer transitions, and so on. I had a lot to say about the song and the video, but that one part, these multiple scenes that just kept repeating and repeating, I couldn't stand it. Well, I am the type of person that, given more information, I can change my opinion. I'm even willing, in the rare event that it happens that I'm wrong, to say, you know what? I was wrong. It doesn't happen very often, but when it does, you were here for it. Let me tell you what happened. Anytime we do a reaction, it doesn't matter if it's BTS, Stray Kids, Blackpink, Baby Metal, Baby Monster, it doesn't matter. Every video that we release, people watch it, and some of you watch it again. You watched it on the live stream, and then you watch the video again. Great. People post comments. There is always a chance in those YouTube drops that the commenters get a little froggy. Now, sometimes it's because I'm being snarky or I'm making jokes and they don't like that and they get upset. It happens. It's part of the game, right? Well, what people don't realize, I think, or maybe they don't care, I'm not sure, but I think what people don't realize sometimes is, if I were to do, me specifically, or a react or whatever, if I watch a group for the first time, react to them, and we push that video out, one thing that I do personally is I watch how that fandom reacts to that reaction. How do they respond to it? Now, I don't change what I think. I don't go, oh, they're mad at me, I have to pretend to like them. Hell no, I'm not gonna waste my time. If I don't like them, I don't like them. I'll give them a fair shot, but I'm not gonna twist it up. It's not worth my time, and it's just disrespectful. Anyway, point being, every video, every comment is an opportunity for people to be a representative for the fandom. That's kind of how I view it. And even if I'm commenting on somebody's video or whatever, like, that's kind of how it works. I'll give some real props to two groups in the next moment. One of them are the fans that reacted to this reaction, because I was joking, but I was serious. Like, David, what are we doing? What these repetitive, I don't understand. How many times do I have to watch these women cross their legs? How many times do I have to watch these apples fall? You're better than this. Now, do I really expect David to watch this? No, I don't. Do I think that I could do a better job than David did? No, I don't. It's all in good fun. It's something to talk about, right? I did feel that way, but here's where we are. The comments that people posted, not only were they understanding of where I was coming from, but they provided context and even some theories to why they thought things were that way. Things that I had not considered. And then I kind of went back and went, interesting. Okay. So I started to kind of like, not second guess myself, but enough people responded with similar comments and in such a good demeanor that it made me actually listen to what they were saying. Because I'll be honest with you, if I read a comment and somebody gets insulting, like they call me a name or they call somebody else a name, I just stop reading because that person has lost all credibility. I don't care what they say after that. Bored, go away. Doesn't matter to me. Your opinion's gone. But when people come on, they're like, I really like this song. I hear what you're saying. I think the repetition, it was also a little off-putting, but here's why I think they did it. Oh, interesting. So I'm going to play this little piece for you. Because you remember this. Some of you were here for this and you remember.
Here I'm pulling up fresh face, brand new Dia. La Lisa Rosalia. On you. So I could go to the root of the bloom. Yeah.
Now you can already see in those, 25, 30 seconds that I played, extremely repetitive, right? So let me just kind of wrap up the majority of the comments that people had to say. And I will probably butcher some of this, so forgive me if it's a little off, but hopefully you understand the general concept. Essentially, Lisa leaves her label. I think she creates her own label, which is Loud with 2 L's, which kind of makes sense because La Lisa and then La Loud, right? Makes her own label. And part of the reason for that is because she got fed up with the higher ups, the labels, and kind of the industry as a whole, really forcing her to navigate things in a very specific way that is driven by the industry, driven by those standards. And it kind of makes sense because if you watch this repetition, not only are you getting the same, like there's subtext here. There's subtext to the fact that these women are crossing their legs. Why are they doing that? Because in certain societies and certain cultures, women are expected to act a certain way. I didn't really put this together. When we see the apple falling over and over again, now some people theorized that that could be the shift into womanhood. Some also theorized that it was about sexuality. But the point was, even down to the glitter, where she's shaving the glitter off, this video and the repetition in these scenes, people say, represents La Lisa, coming out of that mold and saying, I'm not going to do this patternistic cookie cutter stuff that I've been told to do because I'm this, because I'm a woman, because of this. I'm going to do my own thing and I'm coming in hot. So all of these bits of repetition it's their way of saying, this is the way things were. I'm done. And here we go. And you're about to get Lalisa. And I would have liked to see, and maybe this is just personal preference, but this walk that we get.
Here I go, banging it, wanna crack these walls, banging it.
Yeah, I would have loved to see that again in the end. After the repetition, after the establishment, potentially as a theory, of Rosalia being Lalisa's alter ego in this video, which is again theories from people in the comments and also kind of hinted at with the cover of the magazine and the ladies crossing their legs. This moment of boom, I'm coming in hot, I think is kind of demonstrated with this walk.
Here I go, banging it, wanna crack these walls, banging it, wanna echo through the halls, pulling up fresh brand new Dia, La Lisa.
And see that context, even if it is just theories, even if none of it's correct, it makes perfect sense to me. So thank you to all of you that kind of reached out. And not only did you give me your 2 cents and you gave me things to think about, but you did it in a way that I was receptive to it. You weren't like, hey, butthole, I don't care. You're an old man. You're stupid. Here's what it actually means. I'm not listening to any of that. Delivery. Now, let me also go back just a couple steps, and I will also give some serious mad props to another group that, in my experience, has been incredibly receptive to honest feedback about their group. And that is The One. The One is the name of the fandom for baby metal. Now, you know me. I have had songs with baby metal that I loved, and I had some that I really did not care for. And we tried a whole bunch of different stuff, but in the end, for the most part, they're just not for me. And all through that journey, as a whole, not everybody, because you're always going to have some turd biscuits in the basket. As a whole, The One was incredibly welcoming and kind of honest with being like, hey, bro, if they're not for you, they're not for you. That's fine. You're not going to like everything you hear. So what? At least you gave them a try. Yo, that's something, because not every fandom works that way. Now, could there be a fluke? Maybe. I mean, are we going to have some turd biscuits in every single fandom? Stays, Army, The One, they all exist, but it's something to be aware of. And it's not just fandoms either. It's just people, right? Your interactions with people, it's like you have an opportunity to represent a greater body than just yourself. You know, you have an interaction with a person, you can choose to be a complete pain in the ass, or you could be a human being like you should, and you represent more people to more people, and so on and so on. This could be a bit of a hallucination from the Marmite, so if it didn't make too much sense, I apologize. But at the very least, I wanted to go back and apologize to David, because now that I have a little bit more subtext, it makes more sense to me. So David, please unblock me, reach out, let's have a chat. Yeah, hopefully that made sense to you.